Welcome, parents and guardians of United States History 2 students. My name is Laura Foley, and due to current circumstances, we are unable to hold our traditional physical back to school night at Morris Knolls High School. So, we as teachers provide these videos to give you a little glimpse of important details and information about your child's course that you would get if you were at a traditional back to school night. So again, the name of this course is United States History 2. We are going to go over in this presentation important aspects and things that you need to know in order to maximize your students' achievement. My name is Laura Foley, and I have been teaching at Morris Knolls High School for 11 years. I feel like I have a unique perspective because I grew up in Rockaway Township. I went to Morris Knolls. So I have a pulse, I have an idea of what students are going through, and it helps me connect with them. In terms of contacting me, email is the best way to contact me, as you can see on your screen. I also have a voicemail, as some things are better spoken than over text. I have taught a plethora of courses over the years. But currently I'm teaching world history for ninth graders. Obviously, I'm teaching your students in United States History 2. And I also teach the Advanced Placement Economics course. I think it's important as high school teachers to branch out and do things outside of the classroom as another way to connect with students. So I am also the Student Government Association advisor, as well as the Social Studies Honor Society advisor. In terms of United States History 2, this is a survey course that looks at United States history pretty much from the year 1900 up until 2001. And just like freshman year and sophomore year, we emphasize a lot on skills. Juniors tend to like this state-mandated course because the content can be very interesting. We're talking about the 20th century, so we go over things like the Progressive Era, we talk about things like the World War, the 50s, the Cold War, the Roaring 20s, so it's definitely things that kids are interested in. And just like freshman and sophomore year, it is important that we take a look at some of these fundamental skills, like critical thinking skills, looking at research, working together. So these are things that we are going to continue that they've done so freshman and sophomore year, and we're going to continue those skills so that they are prepared for that post-secondary career. In terms of required materials, they must have their MHRD issued Chromebook, whether we're in the virtual, hybrid, or a full school environment. This Chromebook is an essential tool that we will be using. If you as parents can really help us, we want to encourage students to check their MHRD email regularly. This is the main way, especially in a hybrid and virtual environment, that we can communicate with students and give them important information about the class, about things that are going on. So again, if you can assist us, that would be great. They need to have a 3-ring binder with notebook paper. There's not going to be that many handouts in the beginning of the year, but they do need that notebook paper to participate in class. Just like any year, there are important online tools that are extremely pertinent this school year. So obviously, like I said, the MHRD issued Chromebook. Other online tools that students really need to be ingratiated in. First one is Zoom. This is our video conferencing tool that whether we're in the hybrid environment or a virtual environment, that students log in and that they are dressed, that they're ready, that they're in a non-distracting location that they can participate in class. We want to emphasize that students should have their video screen on in order to count for attendance. So that is something that they're getting used to, everybody's getting used to, but we're doing a good job with that. Google Classroom is another online tool. This is the main hub of our classroom, and it is where students will predominantly be handing in assignments, especially in the beginning of the year. We still have Aspen. This is our student information system that will keep you progress with grades and attendance. We also have a textbook, the United States History and Geography textbook. Due to the current circumstances, we will not be handing out a physical textbook, so students will be required to log on to a website called Clever. They use their MHRD access information, and from there they can get onto the textbook. Honestly, it's better than a physical textbook because it has a lot of interactive materials, it has a lot of self-check options, and it even will read the textbook to you. So if kids want to, they can actually have the textbook read to them. I don't know about you, but when we were younger, I'm sure that we would have appreciated something like that. In terms of classroom expectations, they're juniors. I treat them like adults. I'm expecting respect for me, their colleagues, the classroom, to be prepared and to be a proactive learner. In terms of the grading policy, my class aligns with the common grading practices for the social studies department. One of the big things that you'll notice is that projects and tests are required of the most points. Everything is worth a point value, and students will always know what category and how many points an assignment is before they do it. And that project and that test, if they're doing a project, it's going to be a multi-step process. If they're doing a test, it's going to have a study guide, and it's going to have you will know way in advance at the beginning of the unit the date of that test. In terms of late work, I accept late work for 50% credit until the end of the marking period. That's because the assignments that I assign are worthwhile, and I want students to do them, and because I know that it'll help with their achievement. Makeup work policy. This is similar to the MHRD district policy that they're familiar with, that they have 2 class meetings, and that's where we really want students to be using the MHRD email to communicate with us when they are absent so they don't fall behind. Extra credit, it's an enrichment assignment. They can expect to see one once a marking period. And unique to the 2020-2021 school year, there will not be any quarterly examinations or any final projects. So the student's final grade is simply the average of the 4 marking periods. Some other quick things, because we're in the environment where there's a virtual hybrid, we do have office hours. My office hours on Monday are through the Zoom classroom from 12 to 1. So if students have any questions or they need help with their homework or just something's confusing, they can come Mondays 12 to 1, Tuesdays through Fridays 1 to 2. And as always, I welcome your feedback, comments, questions, suggestions. Please feel free to shoot me an email. I really appreciate you taking the time and watching this video, as it will help us all work together, students, parents and guardians, and teachers, help with this partnership maximize student achievement. So it really means a lot to teachers. Thank you for all that you do. And most importantly, I hope that you have a happy, a healthy, and a safe school year. Thank you again, and have a great day.